Oftentimes I hear people talk about how because Jesus experienced everything that we go through, he can empathize with us. And that's true. He can. He can empathize with every aspect of our lives. He experienced it himself. He experienced his dad dying at an early age. He experienced rejection. He experienced getting punished for things that he didn't do. He experienced abuse. He experienced love. He experienced community. He experienced lack of community. He experienced, just anything you can think of. Jesus experienced it, and he can relate to what we're going through. And which is why the Bible talks about him being an excellent mediator, because he can empathize with us. And something that has stuck out to me, I would say over the past year, is the joy that it is to empathize with him. So, like, rather than when I'm in my horrible situations, rather than just thinking about how Jesus can empathize with me and with what I'm going through, it's so neat and provides an extra level of connection for me to be able to realize that I can empathize with him. What I'm experiencing allows me to get into his shoes better and understand what he went through better. And it's just really special. One example of that is at the beginning of the year, my dad was in the hospital for a couple months, and um, really I got to see kind of the more clearly the dysfunction of our family. But part of that was there was a period of time where it felt like my dad was treating me like I was the enemy. And it was so hard because like I had sacrificed a lot to be there for him, to do everything I could in my power to help him survive, basically. and and yet I felt like I was being treated like the enemy. And really, during that time, by the grace of God, I was able to empathize with Jesus, where he sacrificed his life and gave up so much to save us, to rescue us, to help us to live, and yet so many of us think of him as the enemy. And it was like, wow, like, Jesus, I know what you went through. I know what that feels like now. And so we experience things like that a lot. But it's just really fun, rather than having the focus being on me and like, okay, God, I know you can empathize with me, praise the Lord, which is also true and important and good. But being able to say, like, oh, wow, Jesus, now I can empathize with you. I know what you felt like. And it's just amazing. Yeah.